Hello, everyone, and welcome or welcome back. I'm going to be really honest here and say Cozy Game releases of 2025 have got off to a little bit of a rocky start. Don't get me wrong, there have definitely been some games that I have been loving, like Fantasy Life, but on the whole, I have been a little bit disappointed this year. So, with 6 months left of the year, it's time to see what games are still on the horizon for 2025 and can 2025's Cozy Game releases redeem themselves. Hopefully, all of these will not leave you feeling disappointed like I have felt so far. Don't forget to like and also subscribe for more Cozy Game content and let me know what games you're still excited for this year, but let's get into this list. Firstly, we have the latest entry in the beloved Story of Seasons franchise. The most recent title was obviously Story of Seasons: A Wonderful Life, which did leave me wanting just a little bit more from the gameplay, and I'm hopeful that Story of Seasons Grand Bazaar will deliver exactly that. If the name sounds familiar, you're not imagining things. This is actually a remake of Harvest Moon Grand Bazaar, originally released on the Nintendo DS. For some fans, this might be a must-play simply for the nostalgia factor. Personally, I did miss out on the DS version back in the day, so I'm really excited to finally dive in and experience this one. As with other titles in the series, you'll be able to grow crops, raise animals, and manage your farm, but this time around there is a unique twist, as every Saturday you get to set up shop at a weekly bazaar, selling your goods directly to customers. The better your products and service, the more your reputation will grow, gradually unlocking new features and improvements. There is also a light story running throughout the game, and this focuses on restoring the once thriving bazaar to its former glory. Along the way, you'll be able to take part in charming town events and festivals, including a fun-looking horse jumping minigame. You'll also see a diverse range of characters with 12 romance candidates to choose from. Whether you're looking to just build friendships or find love, there is definitely going to be something for everyone here. As always, the visuals are absolutely adorable, and yes, the squishy cows are back and as cute as ever. I'm really looking forward to this one, and if you are too, you'll be happy to know it launches on August 27th for PC via Steam, the Nintendo Switch, and also the Switch 2. We have a little longer to wait for this next game, as it won't be releasing into early access until December, but this one I have been following the development of for a long time, and I'm very intrigued as to how well it will do. This is Paralives, and this has been tipped as the next big competitor to The Sims. We obviously had Inzoi release into early access this year, and while that one doesn't appear to have quite won life simulation fans' hearts, so I do hope that this one can deliver. The gameplay here will be typical of a life simulator, creating the power of folk, building them a home, and then managing their everyday life. Choosing pets, careers, hobbies, and friends will all be under your control, but where the Paralives promises to set itself is with its high level of customization. In the advanced character creator, you'll be able to use tools that allow for resizing facial features and height. And in the build mode, you will find that there is a gridless system where you can easily resize objects, create curved walls, and even split level floors. I know some of these are possible in The Sims, but some of them have kind of cause a bit of a great difficulty to do them. There is also full color and texture customization, which I'm very interested to see how in depth that actually goes, as this is something The Sims has definitely been lacking. If you don't fancy yourself as a builder, there will also be access to the Steam Workshop where you can download your fellow community members' creations. I've seen a few people say that they aren't sure about the character design in this game, but personally, I'm quite a big fan of the way the game looks graphically. I particularly like the way the buildings and surroundings appear, and you'll be able to explore them with your parafolk as well. There are going to be various community lots, including a mountain, beach, and of course, shops and restaurants. At this time, Paralives will be coming to PC and Mac via Steam, with no current plans for a port to other platforms. If you are a Sims fan, let me know what your thoughts are. Are you excited for this one? It feels like it has been an eternity since Witchbrook was first announced, and for a long time there was a lot of mystery and silence surrounding this game, but over the past few months we have had some very exciting updates and even a potential game release period. Witchbrook is a life simulator, but this one is set in a wizarding school in the city of Mossport. The game clearly has a stunning aesthetic, but I am hopeful that the gameplay itself will also deliver and we can all live out our witch life fantasies. Players can enroll as a witch in training at the college, and alongside that, you also get to know the ins and outs of Mossport itself. And here you can support local businesses, get to know the community, and take part in special events. It appears that the seasons will have a huge influence on your daily life here as a student. And of course, you will also have to take your studies seriously as well by attending classes, completing assignments, and also undertaking exams. You will also want to make the most of your time at college by making key friendships and perhaps even finding romance and going on a date or two. I'm not the most social person in games, I will be honest. However, there is a promise of sharing secrets and I want that tea. So maybe this will be enough to encourage me to speak to the NPCs. It looks like there is going to be a whole bunch of different activities here, and I've kind of just scratched the surface. There's going to be a lot of intricacies as well, which has me very excited. Witchbrook has a co-op mode for up to 4 players, and you can also race your friends on brooms, which does sound very fun. There is no specific release date at the moment, but it is currently set for winter 2025, and I really have my fingers crossed that there'll be no delays. This game is being developed for PC, Switch, the Switch 2, and also Xbox. Sticking with the magical theme, I also want to talk about Ritual of Raven. I have mentioned this one a few times as I played and thoroughly enjoyed the demo. Ritual of Raven is a farming game, but it's definitely not your typical farming game. There is a mysterious story intertwined into your gameplay here, and you will find yourself fully encapsulated with the quirky world you fall into. There is a cast of characters to guide you through your new life, and trust me, they are all full of personality. One of the most unique features about this game is actually the farming system, which might be good if you're kind of tired of the generic kind of mechanics of farming. This is not your typical farming game at all, where you spend countless hours watering your crops. Instead, you will use a variety of cards to create arcana constructs, and once you've figured out the right path, you can just sit back, relax, and let magic take care of your crops. The demo did only allow for access to a small part of the map, but I can tell exploring the world here will be a lot of fun, and there are a variety of things to collect and forage for. Decorators will also be happy as there is a possibility of creating your own witchy habitat too. I don't know if I should call it a habitat. A home would be more appropriate, I think. Ritual of Raven is coming this summer on August 7th, so not too long to wait. And the demo is currently still live at the time of recording if you want to go ahead and give it a test. The second game on this list, also releasing on August 7th, is Tiny Bookshop. This is another one that I have spoken about so much, and I'm so excited for it. I think this one is going to deliver a charming escape from the world, and it's also a must-play if you are a book lover. As the title suggests, in this game you can decorate and run your very own bookshop, but there is a twist here, as the bookshop actually has wheels, meaning that you can set up in the most idyllic locations. Tiny Bookshop is set in the town of Buxtonbury by the Sea. Yes, of course, it had to have a book-themed name. And here you'll be able to learn about both the town and its inhabitants by getting to know them, and you'll even be able to curate their favorite books. Like the gameplay, the graphics are truly charming, and I love this hand-drawn style. I really think it fits perfectly with the genre. So far, Tiny Bookshop has received high praise, receiving awards, and also good feedback from the demo. So if you're looking for a relaxing summer game, I think this one might be it. Upon release, Tiny Bookshop will be available on PC and Mac via Steam, and again, the demo for this one is still live. Coming on August 21st is Discounty, and I've been following this one for a long time. I'm so excited that we'll finally be able to enjoy it very soon. Discounty is a management simulation game where you can run your very own supermarket in a charming harbour town. I've always wanted to play a supermarket simulator, but the current games never really appealed to me, but this one 100% has caught my eye. Perhaps it is because of the pixel art style, and that may have just won me over. You'll be able to do key supermarket running activities such as stocking shelves, deciding what produce to sell, and obviously serve your customers. You will also have to think strategically to create an optimized layout for your shop, and you will tap into your entrepreneurial skills as you strike trade deals with producers and reinvest to grow your small shop into an empire. Meeting and keeping the locals happy is one way to ensure your supermarket stores stay open. You may even uncover some secrets about your new community you find yourself within, and you might want to think carefully about the decisions you make as a business owner, as any decision you make may disrupt the tranquil townspeople if you aren't careful, and you may find yourself having rivals instead of friends. Discounty will be available on PC, Xbox, and PlayStation upon release. If you are wanting a game to enjoy with your friends, then Loftia is going to be one that you're going to want to keep an eye on. It is due to come to early access in December this year, and hopefully they are able to stick to that time frame, but it does look like an ambitious project as there is a lot going on here. Being developed by an Australian indie studio, Loftia is a cozy solarpunk MMO and promises to deliver life simulation gameplay aspects from some of your favorite games such as Animal Crossing, with social features of an MMO. You will be able to start the game by picking your character design, and there are lots of different themed styles to choose from. Pets are also available if you need a companion. With your character completed, you will then settle into your own personal sky island to set up your home. Here you can live, farm, decorate, and if you're feeling a little bit lonely, you can also form neighbors with your friends. You can also undertake special adventures with up to 10 players. These include a variety of activities, including no combat, and there is also some puzzle platforming as well. So these look like they could potentially be a lot of fun to do together. The social features you can expect in the game include clubs, mini events, and other group activities. Initially, Loftia is due for release on PC and Mac via Steam and also the Nintendo Switch. They have said that the Steam Deck will not be officially supported, but they do expect Loftia will run on it. Honestly, I have been excited for this game for a very long time. The whole world is really vibrant and I love the appeal of it. Another game scheduled for a Q4 release is Star Sand Island. I haven't yet tested this one out, but from the gameplay I've seen, it looks like it's going to be a very promising life and farming sim. Players follow the iconic theme of escaping the hustle and bustle of the city and arriving on the very tranquil Star Sand Island in search of a new life. The graphics are Ghibli inspired and you can fully appreciate them as you explore around the island and this beautiful island paradise where you can see diverse sceneries and also wildlife like dolphins and capybaras. I love exploring in games and I would love to get fully immersed into this beautiful world. It's really caught my attention, and if this is going to be a winter release, I really think this one will cheer me up. Farming here also has a tropical twist as you can grow tropical crops. You can also go fishing. Perhaps that one isn't such my favorite activity, but I do like the sound of being able to dive for corals and pearls. There is also a mine to explore for ruins and materials. The community on Star Sand Island is also strong, and if you're enjoying interacting with villagers, you will be in luck as there are over 40 to speak with. Romance is also a possibility if you want to go on a little bit of date on a nice tropical island, then this will be great for you. One thing I'm probably most excited for though is the fact that there is also combat in here, as it does shake things up a little bit, and this ties it into ancient ruin exploration. So you've got the really calm gameplay with a little bit of combat in here, which I do like in my games. I have recently just purchased a Switch 2 and I don't really have a lot of games to play on it right now that are Switch exclusive, but this next game looks like it's going to be an exclusive on the Switch at present, and this is Professor Layton and the New World of Steam. After a long break, Professor Layton will be returning, and this will be the 8th main game in the whole series. And this story is set 1 year after Professor Layton and the Unwound Future. The theme of this game focuses heavily on steampunk, and it is set in the fictional American town of Steam Bison, but a mysterious incident has disrupted things. And to help solve things, you will have to explore with some point and click exploration, and there will of course be lots of puzzles to be solved and some mini games to enjoy. Given that there has been such a long break since the last game, this one may attract old players who are kind of seeking that nostalgia feelings, and also new players who may just want to enjoy a puzzle game. As with everything, I am being a little bit dubious about potential delays, as we have seen a lot of them recently. This game is being developed by Level 5, who also create Fantasy Life, and that game did have quite a few delays. So there is a possibility that this may happen, but I'm trying to be positive. So fingers crossed we'll get some more news soon. Is This Seat Taken is the final game on my list, and this one may not be for everyone, but I do love a good laid-back puzzle game once in a while. And when I tested the demo for the gameplay of this one, it was really smooth and it had just the right level of challenging. I can definitely see myself enjoying this one handheld whilst relaxing on the sofa or maybe even in bed. If you haven't tried the demo yet, which is still available now by the way, the aim of the game here is to find seats for a group of humanified shapes. As you progress, things get harder and you have to consider their different preferences. The different levels also have different themes and they vary from things such as transport, buses, locations, trains, to music concerts, and of course the cinema. That one was definitely my favorite from the demo because you had to consider things like smelly people and whether they wanted popcorn next to them. Like, there was a whole bunch of things and it was a lot of fun. I am also a huge fan of the graphics in this game. They feel quite well thought out with a little bit of a retro feeling, and they're not overly cluttered. Like, there is stuff going on, but they're still kind of nice and clean. Is This Seat Taken is due for an August release, and you'll be able to enjoy it on the Switch, Steam, iOS, and also Android, so you can really take it on the go with you. So there we have it. There are 10 games that I'm still really excited for this year. Let me know what you thought of them. Let me know what games you're also excited for. I'm really excited to hear your thoughts as well.